If they give us money, I'll try to perform the first opening with all like the crazy fast Japanese. Hold on, let me
answer this real quick, and then I will.
Are you on a break?
For a second, yeah, what's up?
Did you watch the video of us being chased by geese?
No!
Oh, no.
We wanted to go for, like, a walk by the pond, and I said to Albert, like, I need you just for, like, any, like, animals. You'll watch the video. There was literally, like, 5 geese by the pond, and as we keep walking, because Albert was like, we'll go to the left since they're over there, the goose literally started walking towards us. And Albert was like, just stay there, and thinking like, oh, I'm just going to go scare them off. The one goose literally kept coming at Albert. He was like opening his beak. He was like, had his wings up. Albert was like throwing like water at him. We literally got chased back to the road. They did not let us go to the pond.
Good. My God.
So I was like, I have to send this to Mom and Dara, but like I have to call Dara just to like confirm that the fear is legitimate. Like, we get it. Hello. Like, it's reasonable. I mean, honestly, it is the most absurd thing. So whenever you guys get the chance to look at it.
Yeah, I was like literally in the middle of recording when you said that.
Oh, no.
My fears are proven yet again.
Yay. Vindicated. Once more.
Also, geese are dicks.
They are. All of Canada took their most evil energy and just put it into geese.
That's fair.
All right, you want to talk about Fullmetal Alchemist?
Yeah, I was going to tell you another story, but we can.
Let's go. We'll do it on the break.
He who would swallow God. See, but God doesn't like to be swallowed.
I think God's pretty vanilla. Anyway.
You don't know that.
What if God was a kinky son of a bitch? Anyway, I'm gonna take a drink of that. Wasn't that fun? Did you have a good time?
I'm starting to think that the silent screen thing is a lie. Because again, like, you just killed everybody, but we still got a few more episodes. So I'm like,
yeah. Yeah, interesting. Interesting, right?
Also, I see Armstrong right there.
Look at him. Look at my beautiful, sparkly man.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So.
You can't bring down the sparkle.
You're just trying to fuck with my brain.
Why would I do that?
Because even though I never fuck with your brain.
You've never done that. All right. And welcome back. We are still talking about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood with episode 61, He Who Would Swallow God. This is fine.
Did I just put that whole bit in the beginning of this episode?
We could. That's on you. You are more than welcome to do that.
That's like my sister FaceTime you with the crazy stuff.
Oh, good times. Good times. All right. As we recall.
We fucked.
We are so cooked.
I'll force you down to this earth and into my bowels! You have no choice but to be absorbed!
You know, he who would swallow God. Delicious. Fullmetal Alchemist.
Oh, so no theme?
No theme! We're just getting right into it!
I mean, I prefer that, honestly.
Uncomfortable silence.
Because we're all dead.
Oh, I love... Silence is such a powerful storytelling tool. Guys, we are so cooked.
Basically, like, this is just a message, right? So technically, like...
Yeah, I like the idea of, like, people in the other countries just, like, what the hell's going on there?
So, like, Doubleth's fine.
What?
Doubleth.
Doubleth is in a mistress.
Oh. What's not in a mistress?
Jing.
So they're fine.
And yeah, and like Drachma, and I forget the other 2 countries. There's 2 more countries that are surrounding them. But it is... It is really funny. I like the idea of just like the guys like at like the Drachma border just being like looking up and seeing just like a giant guy just being like reaching up for the sun, and they're like, oh, this is weird. I'm gonna take the day off today. I'm not sure I know what to do about this.
The sun is male, representing masculinity.
The moon is female, representing femininity.
Yes.
That's why I'm in Lesbians with the Moon.
Then the 2 genders become one.
In other words, the union represents a perfect being. So then what's a perfect being? Does that mean immortality?
Or maybe something even greater.
But what could be greater than that?
I don't know. Maybe God or something.
But before we jump into that, we're going to have like a brief flashback at the beginning of this episode. And it's just to kind of further explain what we talked about last episode. Really, like, after like all the visuals that we saw of like the gate opening. And
it's like baby Ed and Al.
Yeah.
Discussing like the sun and moon thing.
Yeah, they're kind of understanding kind of the different alchemical symbols and what it means. And so before, of course, everything kind of goes down there, kind of talking about, okay, so the sun is a example of masculinity. The moon represents femininity. This actually, I think, goes across like multiple cultures and belief systems. And so when you combine the two, you make the perfect being. Which
wasn't like in the Bear in the Big Blue House where like the sun is voiced by a man and the moon is voiced by a woman?
Probably. This is pretty. I think this is a very common theme in like a lot of characterizations of the sun.
Was that the sad thing in that show where like
Apollo, Artemis?
Yeah, where like wasn't the sad thing of like where the voice actors for the moon died and then nobody wanted to make the show anymore?
Aw.
Was that the case?
I don't know.
I think it's what happened.
Sad, actually.
Like nobody had like they didn't want to replace her, and I think that was what happened.
Oh, well, I hope there's no more bummers today.
Well, come on, Ocho, come on, hurry up!
Yeah, this thing's a piece of shit. Let's go do something else.
Yeah, come on, Hobag, get me chicken pot pie!
Hey, you squeezy little mouse, go get it your sorry ass
Don't
self.
talk to me like that, bitch!
Get out of my way, you piece of shit.
I think at this point, that like this kind of felt like an upper.
Yeah. All right, Fullmetal Alchemist. So we're going to go back to the present day. Of course, we got this explanation of sun, moon together. Achieve that, you become perfect being. Another way for perfect being, because I think in the flashback, Alphonse also says like, "Oh, is perfect being, does that mean immortal?" And it's like, no, not quite. It's not just immortality. It is godhood kind of itself. So, of course, we see this happening. So the very large father ends up pulling God down to earth, and essentially obtaining that godhood, supposedly, whatever that means. We're not going to get into it. And we get a scene. The rest of Amestris is
dead.
Quiet. We have this scene, this very powerful silence, as we realize that no one is around because everyone's souls, and not just the humans, like the animals too. We see just like dead animals on the side of it, which is sad. Everything.
More
everything
sad than the people.
Yeah, the people did. The animals did.
Also, there's dead babies too.
Yeah, that's. You notice when that. Well, when we get there, we'll get there. So everyone is just lifeless. All their souls have been slurped up into a giant, essentially a philosopher's stone. Really, it's like, they describe it as like a philosopher's stone, but it's just, a giant, powerful, power source that then Father is able to tap into and utilize.
And then he comes back and he's younger?
Oh! He's gonna be okay.
What the hell?
That's all that matters.
Yay!
Yay!
Why are they all alive?
I like how the sacrifices are the ones that made it.
All right. What happened?
Can you see it or no?
You have done well, my faithful sacrifices.
Can you put clothes on?
I mean, you actually did it? Yes. I have done what I set out to.
Oh no, he's hot!
Not really.
Liar God!
He comes back and he's hot now. So yes, the ultimate godhood form of Father is much more like a younger, like 20s maybe version of Hohenheim. So he's like younger, hotter, all that good stuff. So I
don't even know. I guess like for me it wasn't that hot. It kind of just looked like your basic.
I'm not saying I'm into that. I'm just saying it's like it's not, it's not the typical dad bod look that he was pulling before.
I was waiting for a sheet to fall off. I thought it was going to happen.
Behold perfection.
His penis is the perfect size.
The philosopher's
What
stone!
is God?
Can be.
I mean, it's a lot.
Does this mean everyone
Sir.
was turned into a philosopher's stone? How many lives were sacrificed for this?
Amestris is a large country, at least 15 million.
I think it's anyone in a certain radius.
Is dead or is a philosopher's stone?
Anyone outside the radius is a philosopher's stone. Anyone inside the radius is good.
Are we in the radius?
Yeah. That's the center of the circle. Remember the guy was talking about?
Your alchemy.
So they're
If you're in the center of the circle, you're good. But essentially, all the souls in Amestris, besides the people who are in this immediate center circle. So that, of course, includes all of our human sacrifices. Also, May was there. She was not a human sacrifice, but she was in the vicinity, so she is spared.
Also, I guess Shame is also spared.
Yay! Shame! We love Shame.
Everybody else I love is dead. Well, actually, no, their people are fine.
Yeah, so... Yeah, that's true. That's true. She can go back home. I mean, her clan's kind of almost dead because of political circumstances, but like at least they're alive for now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they do kind of reference like what this source of power, like how many souls it is.
Shall I turn its flame loose in here?
That's cool as shit.
It is.
Oh.
Your plan for binding God to this world was a flawed one.
True.
We plotted against you since the moment you set it in motion.
Papa?
Here comes the Union.
Yay, Union!
I have performed calculation
And
that's a lot.
It's a lot. Mustang responds that Amestris has a population of roughly 50 million people, which is a lot. That's a lot.
I don't even think it's even America. Do we have 50 million?
We have 335 million.
Okay, fine.
But we are... The United States, I think, is, what, the third or fourth most populous country?
Probably.
India, China, I think. Maybe United States. I think we're up there. Wait, hold on. India, China, United States.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Indonesia.
Oh,
Interesting.
Indonesia's small.
Indonesia's actually a lot bigger than we think it is.
Okay.
Because it's like a series of islands, but it's like... Also, the way that maps are drawn make it look smaller. But it's actually
because we don't
large.
like them.
Oh, the history of racism in map making is fascinating, but we're not going to go there today. It actually is really interesting. Did you watch that episode of West Wing? Do you remember? It's the one episode where it's the something cheese day, and it's like all the White House staff has to like go and meet with like different people with kind of like sometimes fringe ideas, but like the idea is that, you know, these people who have been vying for an audience like finally get to, you know, have their ideas heard.
I think so.
And the one is like it's like a society for like basically ethical map making or like removing the biases in map making. And like everyone gets like really entranced with this because they're like, the map is wrong. They're like, what do you mean the map is wrong? Like, the map is wrong. And they're like, it should look more like this. And they like get freaked out because it looks way different.
I feel like it sounds familiar, but like I don't.
I think about that episode a lot.
Have you watched The West Wing all the way through?
I think I'm missing a couple seasons because I watched straight through the first half and then kind of fell off a little bit and then came back because what was happening was my like family was watching it and then I went off to college and then when I came back they were still kind of going through it, so I missed a couple seasons there. I missed the bad seasons.
And they weren't even that bad.
Yeah,
like that's like one of the shows.
It's more just like a I think it like a tonal shift.
It got to a tonal shift. I think once it got like to like season 7, that's like a good, like they knew what they were doing and they're like, because they had
then that's what I did. I think I like dropped off like just when it started getting weird and they came back for like 7.
They're not bad. I would say like watch the whole show. They're not bad seasons, but like it's definitely like a bit different and like a little bit boring, but like you can survive.
Yeah.
I think there's other shows that get worse as they go on.
Yeah. That's the nature of the television show. Anyway, so Fullmetal Alchemist.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
All right, so lots of people are now in essentially what is a Philosopher's Stone to be used by Father in a way to fuel a degree of godhood, which is...
So we just did that to get godhood, but then
bad.
But I mean, like, who's he going to rule then?
I'm not sure he wants to rule. I'm not sure he doesn't want to be...
But then what's the point of being a god if he can't?
Be in charge. I think he just wants to be all-powerful.
But then what's the point of that? I feel...
That's a good question.
I do wonder, and I know we got a couple more episodes.
Yeah.
Of like that thing of just like, okay, you got this. It's like in Loki where it's like, okay, you'll get this thing.
You got everything you wanted.
Now what?
What? Yeah.
I got that so much in therapy. It's like I just gotta get to this thing. Then what?
Then what? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the natural pursuit of things.
Therapy's fun, isn't it?
Sure is. Anyway, so. Let's see.
So Father won, everybody else defeated at the end.
Yeah, we kind of... Ed does try to attack Father, but, like, he is powerful. He just, like, does a little, like, whoop, and he can create essentially a sun in his hands, which is cool as shit looking, honestly. Yeah. It's very cool looking. And he's able to just, like, go, like, whoop, and, like, send, like, a mage just, like, he's just manipulating energy at this point. He's sending like balls of energy out. Hohenheim is able to kind of help kind of.
I feel like now he's more powerful than Hohenheim, but like Hohenheim's still like.
Yes. Hohenheim's got a lot of power, but like in this moment, he is the most powerful being we got here.
Right.
Which is bad.
I wonder if there's a way we can get rid of that Philosopher's Stone and like get the souls back. That'd be nice.
So actually there's a way to get rid of the Philosopher's Stone and get the souls back.
Oh!
I know! This is great. It doesn't take long. It's really interesting.
That's the interesting thing of like he has power for like 5 minutes.
How do you feel about that? I'm curious what your opinions are.
It's different, which I appreciate.
Okay.
Because like it's usually like when you have like the super... Like, I think most of the time, it's like the bad guy doesn't get to that point in the plan because they get defeated. Or, like, they get to that point of the plan and they succeed in that plan and then we have to find, like, a workaround to get to just get everything back to normal. A la Endgame.
Yeah.
So this is kind of... And that, like, technically, like, they have succeeded for half a decade, if we're being honest. But... with this, it's kind of like he succeeded for like 5 minutes and then, but it turned out like there was a plan. So like, I think Hohenheim was like, he always seemed kind of mellow with it. So it kind of felt like a thing of just like, and like obviously like there was the idea and like I did forget about this, but then like with this I remembered of like, okay, so like, but he knew probably like, I don't know, X amount of years ahead of time that this was the plan. So he was like setting up so that like, okay, like if this happens, we've got like a kill switch.
Yes, exactly. So it is interesting because it's like we didn't want the villain to get to this point, but we had already prepared for the villain to get to this point.
Yes.
And that's interesting. So
which I think
that's
smart.
why it doesn't last that long.
I think it's smart of like prepare, like do everything you can to stop it, but then also prepare just in case. Like bad shit.
Yeah, and we don't wait long to enact this. So it's not like we have like 1 or 2 episodes where like the villain is at full power and we're like in this moment of despair. We have like a couple minutes of despair and then we're like, all right, let's go.
Well, I feel like if you left it on for too long, I don't know what would have happened. Because, like, it's kind of just like... Yeah. But this is why we should support unions.
In preparation for this very day.
I did that instead of hanging out with my children.
I was going to say, well, isn't it good that he abandoned his family? Or else he'd be really fucked right now.
We no longer have bodies to return to, but the people of Amestra still have the chance to resume their physical forms.
It's true.
Yes.
You got time.
We know what we must do. Let us return their soul.
Soul unionization. Yay. So Hohenheim enacts his soul unionization plan, which is essentially...
Because you remember, he abandoned his children.
Yeah. So as we recall, in the kind of flashback episode where we see kind of Hohenheim with his family, and there is a moment, if we recall, that he's like doing his research, like in his study, and then he has like literally like a oh shit moment. And that's basically the moment where he discovers what it is that father is doing. And when he says, I need to leave, what he's doing is enacting his counter plan. And so what that counter plan is going around to different spots of the country and then depositing parts of his Philosopher's Stone, so different souls of Xerxes, into the ground that basically are setting, essentially, he's setting seeds there that can be used, that when enacted, can basically pool the souls that are being taken for father's Philosopher's Stone back. So instead of like from like the giant freaky vortex of souls thing, basically taking them and pulling it back to reverse that and then put all the souls back into their bodies. Yes, Dara.
I was about to make fun of Hohenheim and being like, hey, you didn't have to like do this all in one go.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking, like, was that not the plan? What's the plan? Because he just said I'm going away for a while. Was the plan to just like go hit a couple spots and do the thing and then come back for a little bit and then like do the thing and just think like, oh, he's a dad who just needs to travel a lot for his job.
Yeah. Like,
was that the plan? But then Trisha died and like, I don't know why he didn't go back, but like.
I don't think he knew that Trisha died.
I thought he knew that Trisha died at some point.
No, he went back home and then Trisha was dead.
No. I'm not saying he went home because Trisha. I guess like he found out that his wife died. Like also, no, because he didn't find out his wife died like at that moment when he was at that graveyard site, right? That was like he knew beforehand, right?
I don't think so.
That's so upsetting.
Dude was just gone. He showed. Okay, Hohenheim goes to enact his plan, comes back, realized 1, his wife died. 2, his children did something, and 3, his house is burned to the ground.
I thought he came back like before or like because I always thought that like he had a plan of just like hitting like a couple spots at a time but always coming back. But then I thought that like what?
Keep on talking.
But then like once and then like maybe the first time he came back, that's when his wife died. And then he got like I guess like he was like so distraught and like didn't know how to like do this and like raise children, so then he chose like the greater good, I guess, like save everybody over like being with his children. But I guess he just found out years later.
Yeah, hold on. Let me double check. We have time. We don't.
I mean, technically the sun's going down later. Oh, I think it's like going. I think we're at that point now when like it goes like it's like less daytime, like at like a minute every day kind of thing. That's always like pictured it of just like once you hit like the longest day of the year, then it gets shorter and shorter until you hit the shortest day of the year, and then it gets longer and longer and longer. But like we got time.
No, I think he finds out when he comes back.
So so his plan was to do this all in one go and like come back years later.
Well, it looks like he was still doing. He was still actively working, but like he went off for a while and was like, "Oh, let me come back." And then
you probably should have planned out your trip better.
I imagine that Hohenheim has a warped perception of time because he has lived for centuries.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, oh shit, yeah, people do a lot in a little bit of time. Should have probably come back. So anyway,
that's the fun of saying. Like you could have like made this like could have like actually like planned this. I feel like you should have planned better.
Yes,
because like he literally like went. He literally once he said to his wife he was going away. He like I think he maybe had like it didn't seem like he had a big plan. It kind of like he found it out and then he was like, okay, I gotta go. And then the next day, I feel like he should have planned it out so then like he can like come back every few months.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, like I'm here, love you kids, like blah blah blah. Because then maybe you would have had a better relationship with your children. And then like maybe over time as they got older, you could have explained to them what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then maybe make it like a vacation thing.
Yeah. Well, also I think I'm trying to think. So this wiki is kind of implying that he did know that Hohenheim did know Father's plans a little bit before that. So it could be a mix of like when Hohenheim also found that out and he left his kids. It could have been understanding that like, oh, it's gonna happen like soon. It's gonna happen.
But what's soon? Because soon was like for that was like
soon in Hohenheim time. What's
soon in Hohenheim time? Because it was like probably like I'm gonna say like 10 years.
Yeah, to a guy that has lived like 400 years.
I guess not
that's like tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
I just feel like he didn't plan it out properly.
No. Let's be clear here. Hohenheim was not a good father. He had his reasons. We can debate if those were good reasons or not. But like he had something to do. Well, Hohenheim's leaving was crucial to us being able to undo what father does here. He was not doing nothing. He didn't just leave to leave, but he sacrificed fatherhood for the good of the world, which
is a complicated debate of like, do you do this for the good of like, do you like save the world or do you save the people that you love?
Yeah,
it's definitely an interesting philosophical debate.
Which is not the only time this has been brought up. That gets brought up a lot in the show. Yeah. Really, I feel like like for your own personal fulfillment versus the betterment of the world, a whole thing. Because we talked about this a couple episodes ago when it comes to Al getting his body versus Al being able to fight.
Right.
So, yeah, it's
like that's like the philosophy, and it's like, okay, like I'm not like mad at you for that, but then I think the point, because if you think about it, like if he would have planned it out better, he could have had his sons help him eventually and taught them alchemy, and then they would, and even if like
then they would have known not to try to bring their mother back.
They would have known that, and then I'm not saying that Trisha wouldn't have died. She probably still would have because of life and whatever. But like Hohenheim could have taught like.
But also, if the children didn't see the truth, would we have the power left the people that we needed to also enact the counterplan as well? So, just saying.
They would have gotten another way, probably.
Maybe. Who knows? We cannot sit around asking what ifs.
Hey, what's going on in this episode?
So, soul unionization.
Yeah.
Basically, what happens is that Hohenheim then enacts his part of his countermeasure, which is again taking the souls that he has slowly been putting into various parts of the country for years to then reach up take souls, bring them back down.
So we need feminine energy.
It's true. It's up to women to save the day once again.
But now you still think you can stop me? You're a fool, Hohenheim! That's the very reason I came back. It's time you remember.
Not for my children.
Really just a coincidence that my kids are here.
They had to go up and be like, I'll bring back mommy.
Oh, shit.
So everybody's alive again.
Yep.
Yay.
Yep. So, yep, they are brought down. Everyone kind of gets put back in their own bodies, which is great. Everyone kind of wakes up and is like, that was weird and bad.
Yeah.
That was weird and bad because it's not just, and we see a scene where back in Risen Bull where Winry and Pinako come back, and then I think some folks also from the town, and they kind of talk about this because we did see their souls leave their body, and that was a little bit traumatizing. We didn't really like that. Poor Winry and Pinako. But when they come back and talk about kind of what happened, they're like, oh, I think everyone just like passed out.
Was it just me, or did we all just lose consciousness?
No, you died.
Blackout as well?
So it would seem.
What the hell just happened? I don't know how to describe it. It was like
being trapped, imprisoned in a vortex of anguish.
Yikes.
Did it work?
That's what the people of Xerxes have been doing for centuries.
Their souls return to their own bodies.
It'd be really awkward if like a couple got switched around.
He already had.
And they can almost feel their souls being pulled together and into this like pit of despair and like agony. So it's not pleasant. Becoming a Philosopher's Stone is not pleasant.
We know, we hear the voices.
Because, right, and which kind of further proves the point in the way that Father treats Philosopher's Stones as if like those souls are being cleansed of everything that made them human, and it's just the power of a soul. But as Hohenheim has learned and then further taken advantage of, is that those souls do retain, like they are the souls, like that person is still tied to that soul, and using them for power is inhumane, not just the way that they're made, but also continue using them is just further like causing pain to those souls for as long as you continue to use them, which is horrifying considering how much we know and how often Philosopher's Stones are used in this series. Mm-hmm. But we also even see a little bit like as they're enacting this countermeasure, the souls in the ground, we hear like the voices of the people
right,
from Xerxes.
And it's kind of like parallel to when who was super injured? Which of the Chimera was super injured?
Heinkel?
Was that it?
Heinkel, yes, thank you.
Yeah, and like he was like talking to Al about like, because Al was like against using Philosopher's Stone, mm-hmm. and then he was like, no, but I feel like the souls in here would want to fight back, and that's kind of like proving that point.
They're being used for
God, there were so many
now.
hints dropped.
Wait till we get to the one part that blows my mind about this show every single time. But everything ties together. Everything dovetails so beautifully.
It doesn't even want to like, because I was like thinking about this because I was like, I like started the fourth season of The Bear, and it's like this is like a show, and this is somewhere just like I want to like go back, and like rewatch and just like kind of do like a full binge of it because like to see if I missed like to like actually like
to really fully kind of take everything.
Yeah, because like unfortunately with our attention spans these days, we forget stuff.
Sorry, were you saying something? I wasn't paying attention.
But like with television, like if it's something's like a week, you like forget stuff, and then like when something pops up, you're like, wait, that doesn't make sense. But then like it actually, if you go back, you're like, oh, it does make sense.
Or you just take it surface level and like, oh, okay, but then realize that it's pulling from a point that was dropped before, mm-hmm. And so yeah, it's really good. So it's the idea of things retaining their personhood, and we get to hear the people of Xerxes are finally getting put to use because even though that they have suffered and had their lives ended in like horrifying ways and then being further used as sources of power, and now they have the opportunity to prevent that from happening again. Yeah. So I think one of them even says, even though we don't have physical bodies anymore, we can at least prevent this from happening to others and get them back to their physical bodies. So, it all comes together.
So we did that. Hooray.
Yay.
What happens next?
A lot of fighting.
It takes to fight his energy.
Hey, you got children.
Mm-hmm.
Try as hard as you can, sir. I can't hold
Hey, Ed. Hey, Al.
Hey, my two children. Oh.
Yay!
Come on!
Can't you even do this? Just stay focused!
resolving her daddy issues.
I don't know if they're resolved.
Not yet. So basically, even though that the souls are brought back to their bodies, Father is still not defeated. He's still very powerful. He just doesn't have the power source. He doesn't have the godly power of being able to create a literal sun in his hands. But he still has access to a lot of energy, and we have some fighting. And so basically, May and Hohenheim are doing a lot of the work here because May is able to use, because of the way that alchemy, I guess, uses energy versus the way that alchemy uses energy. It's a whole thing. We'll talk about that in a second, I think. Because as they're kind of about trying to fight back, we kind of go from there to Scar and Wrath.
I guess I was mistaken. I thought the science of alchemy was a bullet in the eyes of his father. The one you believe to be the creator of
Is his face falling off?
What?
Is his face falling off?
I think he's just injured. I don't think
But it doesn't like, kind of looks like what happened with Pride.
Maybe.
You would leave him so easily? Is your god so readily lost to your people?
Who, now that they're back in the bodies, let's fight again.
Woo! And we should probably mention, like, each of them. There's a lot of blood. They're cut up.
Oh yeah, they are not. This is not a clean fight.
They're cut up a bit.
Very cut up.
I don't know if any like major organs or arteries are hit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and so both of them are worse for wear, but they're fighting. They are prepared to fight till it's over. However that ends. And we get, I think this is further, because Wrath starts yapping again. He just starts talking about stuff. And we get to see some of these further parallels between Scar and Bradley, where, again, we've already talked about before, they're two kind of nameless men. And Wrath kind of is always throwing the concept of God in Scar's face, which is really interesting because Wrath's father, like, wants to become God, but we see the scenes of him back in the Ishvalan Civil War and how he talked to the Ishvalan leaders and versus now. He's always kind of like scoffing at the idea of a god. Right. And he has this very like atheistic take on things. And meanwhile, Scar is very much, he was a monk. He was like he was kind of a religious figure in his community. And so the fight between the two, it's like this fight between ideologies of like faith and religion and how that works together. And it's like really, it's interesting. Because Wrath is also like kind of, sorry, I got a really funny text. Because Wrath is like always throwing this at you. He's like, oh, but you're using alchemy now? Isn't that like blasphemous? Doesn't that go against what you believe? Like, isn't that stupid? And he's like, I don't think there's such a thing as God, blah, blah, blah. And as he's kind of talking shit, then the eclipse is ending now.
Hey!
Get fucked, Bradley. Oh. That's insane.
Where did that go?
Oh.
Right in the gut. I don't know what's happening.
He ain't got no arms.
What happened to his arms?
They got him cut off.
Did they blow it off at the...
Yeah.
Okay. So they did. Yeah.
So now we get like that final burst of sun that comes back as the like totality ends and the moon starts moving away. And through this moment of light, which feels almost divine in its own way, which is very funny, Scar uses that opportunity to strike, and he ends up destroying both of King Bradley's arms. Damn.
Yeah.
But Wrath is also insane, and he is able to bite the blade of his sword and deal a massive blow to Scar that way.
Well, we don't know if that killed him.
No, we don't know if that killed him. I'm not saying that's not a finishing blow, but it's a massive blow.
Which is funny.
He stabs him in the gut with his mouth.
Which is, yes, but it's funny also because like Scar got one of those like silent title cards. a while ago. So we were like, okay, so he's like marked for death.
He's gone for, yes.
But then I think that part of it was like making me think that it was lying. Not because it wasn't because I wanted like May and Xiaomei to live, because like they also got one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, okay, got that, but then he was still able to do the thing later. And like, I don't think, Wrath got his like thing like as he was dying.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it kind of, I'm like, are they just fucking with us a little bit?
Yeah.
But Wrath is almost dead.
Wrath is on his way out.
Yay!
So yeah, he has legs to stand on, but he don't got no arms to fight with.
It's just a flesh wound.
Believed it faith or God. If they exist, perhaps this is their way of divine justice and providence.
Oh, that's such a good parallel to the Ishmael War. I can't wait to talk about that.
Hello?
And it seems they've sent
Hey!
to do the deed. Here to avenge your grandfather. Very well. Go ahead.
Any last words you'd like to say?
None.
Such a sad life.
Is he dead?
Tell me,
We'll see.
Bradley.
So
Get the cut his leg off. I'll buy you leg off.
so Bradley starts then kind of yapping. He's kind of musing to himself as well. Again, it's really interesting kind of where King Bradley has found himself after living such a life. Mm-hmm. Being the leader of this country and enacting such horrors upon other people, and now being kind of on the receiving end of now the people standing over him are victims of the things that he has done.
Yeah, I was like technically like got like a blow from Ishvalan, which like symbolism of like that horrible genocide.
Yeah, of them, that finally kind of getting the upper hand on that, and that comeuppance. And then I think Bradley starts talking about like religion again, and he's like, oh, if there actually is a God, what divine retribution this is. So we see that kind of come full circle in the way that he is previously, both in this episode and then when we saw him again talking to the Ishvalan leaders before, kind of mocks their beliefs and is now kind of at the receiving end of this seemingly divine kind of justice. And as he's kind of going off on this, Lan Fan appears, and he's like, oh, hi, you want revenge because I killed your grandfather. And she's like, bet. Any final words? And he's like, nah, that's stupid. So Bradley is like continuing to like reject some humanity aspects, because Lan Fan wants to give him the respect of like, if you have anything to say to your loved ones, now's the time to say it. And he's like, I don't do that. And he's like, what about your wife?
Was there anyone who you loved? Any friends? Your wife?
Rosebud.
Are you saying you have nothing? No message for her? When she finds out what you are?
Your trivial words of sorrow, of love and guilt mean nothing to me, young lady. My wife understands. She is the woman that I chose to live by my side. There are no more words that need to pass between us now.
And he has this really interesting line. I really want to know what you think about that. And he's like, well, she's the woman I chose. We don't have to say anything more than that. And I'm really curious how you interpreted that.
Either I was interpreting this, but I'm not 100% sure. And I'm not sure if we're going to find out, because it feels like a little bit too like minute. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to find out about this. But I was I was thinking, was I actually correct, and that she knows more than we're letting on?
Okay.
Or I was also thinking that I guess he doesn't really want to, he like has like been like presenting it like the lack of humanity to like these people, especially Lan Fan, for like, not especially Lan Fan, but like as one of them for like the longest time, that he's not gonna like show his humanity now in death. Like, you don't get that from me, you bitch.
Yeah.
Just because I took your arm and killed your grandfather.
Well, if I read this line to you, does this help? Does this recontextualize things at all? This is the line from the Wiki Chat, Ricky Writers. It says, his wife was someone he chose himself. Between a king and his queen, there is no need for last words. So is this the case of he's rejecting a sense of like humanistic love, or is this a case of homunculi have like consistently see humans as less than? Is this his recognition of a human being equal to him because it's a king and a queen?
But queens are sometimes not seen as equal.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying they shouldn't be.
Well, yeah, no, but I think like we can see a queen as though like both regal and figures.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking more of like a thing of just like a lot of times like when you have a king and then the wife is called a queen, but then if it's like a queen who ascends, like you don't call the husband a king, just because of like the woman should be more powerful because she's technically the descendant. Because, like, there was a thing of, like, he chose his wife, so that makes me think that, like, either... Because I wasn't sure, like, he chose her because he loved her, or, like... And, like, I think I said this before, like, because, like, he thought he could manipulate her.
Mm-hmm.
But then you mentioned a thing about, like, when they first met, she slapped him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe, but, like, maybe she saw, like, maybe, like, somebody fired that maybe he could, like... It's disgusting, but, like, tame.
Yeah.
In, like, a way, I'm not 100% sure. I either, like... He didn't want to show his humanity because, like, I either think that, like, he does think really lowly of his wife, or I don't know. I don't know if he sees her as an equal.
Interesting. Even though he does refer to her as a queen, I don't know. I definitely interpret that line as like there's like some kind of recognition that even though again, and Wrath has said before that once he went from being human to being Wrath, every other emotion that he had was stripped away besides wrath, besides the anger. And so it's like he's not capable of feeling love, but he's capable of, like, there's some recognition there, or there is fondness that doesn't have quite a strong emotional tie. I don't know. I think it's really fascinating. I want to hear what you guys think.
I guess because, like, I feel like we haven't seen enough of, like, the fondness between them. So I'm not, like...
Yeah, well...
Like, the only time I'm thinking...
I'm talking about, like, a sliding scale. Like, less of a humanistic fondness and more of, like, what does that look like when you're a person who has had everything stripped away besides one emotion?
Because I was, like, thinking about this. Have we ever seen them truly alone together?
I don't think we have.
Because, like, I was thinking of, like, a couple times, but then I'm like, well, Pride was there.
Yeah.
So that doesn't count.
Yes.
So I don't know if we ever saw them, like, truly alone with each other. So I don't know if we ever got, like, that. So, like,
which leaves room for interpretation.
Right. And, like, it could have been the thing of, like, because he's human, he might, like... And, again, like, I think that Father is playing, in, like, sometimes with the homunculus is, like, flawed.
Yeah.
So maybe some humanity could have shown, and, like, that could have, like, he could have developed something. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like maybe... Like, either he doesn't think highly of her, or she knows more than we're leading on. Yeah. Maybe not about Pride, but I feel like knows more about Wrath, because, like, that would be a breakdown for the humanity thing, because, like, I can trust this person enough to tell them the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. So I think there's a lot of room for interpretations in there, in that kind of relationship. So, like, I really want to curious how different people see that.
And then he grows old and dies?
For vengeance. What a shame. I lived my life by forever following the path that had been set for me. Thanks to the idiosyncrasies of humanity. It was...
I also guess I know he's aging rapidly. I'm aware. I just didn't feel like saying anything.
So yeah, as he's finishing his yapping and he says he doesn't have anything. Noticeably, Lanfan does not end up dealing the final blow. But what he
just like lets him die.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she lets him or just he kind of runs out of time, because as he's talking, we can see his skin starting to crack in the way that we've seen with other homunculi. But he's growing older. Like his face is kind of sagging and his hair is going white. So it's a different kind of death than we have seen from the other homunculi, which just kind of like end up fading away because everything about their physical form just stems from their stone, and stones, when they're used up, they fade away. But for King Bradley, he has a human body. So it's as the stone fades, it's not fading his body because there's still kind of like almost like a human skin left behind.
Yeah.
So it just like takes the life out of him. And as we see that in like a way that we would categorize as like almost like a natural aging. But obviously then we see like kind of some of the fading.
I guess like the closest I would think is like probably that could have happened to Greed, but then he got dipped.
Yes.
So like.
Well, first Greed, I'm going to say this again. First Greed, we don't know if that was a human or not.
Oh, we don't.
Second
right.
Greed was. I think First Greed.
I thought because.
I think for the way that First Greed looked, I think was created the same way like Lust and Envy, for example.
I was thinking because Second Greed was a human that like you can't like it has to be human like Like that kind of thing of just like if you make it the first one out of a human, you have to make the second.
No, I'm inclined to believe that First Greed, and also because First Greed was significantly older.
That's
like First
true.
Greed was like hundreds of years old, and he still looked like that. So very different.
Okay.
But so yeah, King Bradley just dies. Wrath is gone now, and he kind of like remarks that he's like, you know, he's like, you know what? That was a life worth living.
Was it?
And then he dies. So what? Oh, I feel like I have to watch the series yet again to like get a full understanding of Wrath as a character. But Wrath is a very interesting character, in a way that you wouldn't think he would be. Because he seems like he would be simple.
I agree with that. He's definitely like interesting. I guess I'm like the thing I get is just like he's interesting in like sort of like a hit like a downplayed kind of way. I don't know the word I'm thinking.
Sure, subdued
way. He's interesting because I felt like I was like more interested in like the other people, like a lot of
I think a lot of people are outwardly interesting and have like those arcs. I think because there's very subtle layers to Wrath because it seems like it would be straightforward, but then if the more you think about it, the more kind of interesting it gets. So.
Also, mark one more correctly off my chart.
Yes, very good, very good.
Yay!
All right, very nice. All right. So I think it's also really interesting that Wrath, for someone who like spent so much of his life like enacting, like those military conflicts and being kind of like the figurehead of a lot of the genocides, ends up not being directly killed in a final revenge blow. Like obviously people who have stabbed and tried to kill him like up until this point have like dealt those very like almost fatal blows, but his final moments, it's not at the hands of someone.
It's not like a Mussolini death.
Yeah, exactly.
Which would have been nice.
Fitting. That would have been really nice actually. But it's
that's nice though. That's nice. That's the way the Mussolini died. If you think about it.
I'm not giving anyone any ideas.
Don't kill people, but also.
Anyway,
Mussolini was like the second worst person in that whole debacle.
That's true. Definitely one of the worst.
And the other person just went out like a dick.
With a bang. To the head. So.
I thought it was poison.
I thought he shot himself.
You could be right.
Anyway, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. Let's see. So they're also able, as soon as Wrath dies, Lanfon's able to figure out, she like senses a presence of like souls because of course a lot of the people from Shang, they can sense a lot of things via chi, and she's like something's weird here, and realizes that Wrath had on him the Philosopher's Stone that Gold-Toothed Doctor had.
Yeah.
And you're like, interesting.
All right.
Interesting. So we get that, which is good. Then let's see.
Yeah, but there's some people that are your people who are still there.
Streams. Thanks to the life I've lived, I carry both within me.
What are we doing?
We'll see.
I wonder which way I will flow.
Remember?
Oh yeah, wasn't somebody drawing stuff? I don't remember who. I'm like forgetting stuff on.
Oh, and then Scar,
who like seems fine. I know
he's in a rough shape, but he's alive.
He's alive, which is fun, which is also kind of made me think that he got like the silent thing. I'm not saying this blow won't kill him eventually.
Yeah.
But like right now, like he seems at least he can like move and stuff, and like it seems like if that's the case, like for me, it's kind of like okay, well then you can just get May up here to heal him, and then we're good.
Yeah. So hopefully that works. And historically, May, big fan of Scar. So hopefully that ends up working out in the end. So we're going to enact the second part of the counterattack to our, anti-father plan, which is Scar uses both hands in a very alchemical way to activate a transmutation circle. And what that circle is, and there's actually others kind of across Central, which is what the other Ishvalans were working on. And this is the reverse nationwide transmutation circle. And this is important. So the counter plan is twofold. So it's Hohenheim's placing of the souls to pull the souls back. And then it is the counter circle, basically the inversion of the nationwide transmutation circle. Nationwide in this case, not on your side. So to then like undo the act of the transmutation circle itself. And we get to kind of get through a whole history of how that came to be.
So even though like we got the souls back, basically if Father wanted to, we could just do that again before the reverse.
Kind of, yeah. So, well, part of what that does, it reverses that circle, but it also properly reinstates the state of alchemy in the country. And I forget if it's this scene or, but I'm just going to talk about it now before I forget. So, we had learned in a previous episode that alchemy works by, like, where does alchemy draw its energy? So, alchemy draws its energy from the dragon's pulse, which is chi, basically the energy kind of flowing through the air, and kind of the unseen energy that connects all things.
Right.
Alchemy derives its power from kind of the movement of tectonic plates, things like earthquakes and volcanoes, and that action of tectonic plates, friction, that energy that creates, is where alchemists supposedly draw their power from. That's actually not really how it's been working right now. Right now in Amestris, a lot of that's been fueled pretty much, or that is being countered by Father.
So Father was doing something to like limit people, all the alchemy.
Of how alchemy worked. Alchemy was basically running through him.
How did he do that?
I don't know, man. I'm glad I remember this part. So alchemy was essentially running through him and his philosopher's stones to be powered, instead of like the natural process of earth movement and tectonic plates. And so that's why Father was able to...
I guess like when he started creating the transmutation circle, that he was like be able to like to block stuff.
Yeah.
And then people realized that he was doing, not that he was doing that, but like that was happening.
They didn't know that. No, nobody knew that's what was going on.
But I think people were figuring it out though. Like isn't that like what Scar's
brother figured it out.
Yeah,
Scar's brother figured out the entire show before the show started.
But then he had to be an idiot and then sacrifice himself. If he didn't do that, he would have been fine.
Then he had to be dumb and die.
I get the reason. I think because he thought he couldn't fight.
Which is, I mean, kind of true. But
he wasn't.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Poor Scar's brother. But yeah, he's a smart guy, and he figured out kind of the ties between alchemy, alchemy, figured out why alchemy was so weird, figured out the nationwide transmutation circle on his own, which is crazy, smart, crazy good, and then created the counter to that and hid that in his research notes.
Aww.
So
poor Mufasa.
This show is so good at like everyone in the show knows something, and it's less of like everyone figuring it out at one time, more of different people figuring it out. A lot of people figuring out early, and then the roadblocks in place to get that information. Yeah. For example, Scar's brother figured out the nationwide transmutation circle and then ended up dying, but created the counter. Hughes figured out the nationwide transmutation circle, and he ended up getting killed for it. And it's not for lack of trying to get that information out. So it's really interesting to see that the show is full. I've said this before. It's really good because everyone in the show is smart, and they are just working against other smart people. So it's like a constant back and forth. And no one at any time is like holding the idiot ball that prevents them from getting information. Everyone has that, or everyone has a piece of things. And what we do is need to find kind of the way to pull it all together.
Yeah, the big thing is that like you want to make sure this information does not get to the plot armor people.
Yes.
Because they basically like they need that information and then they can solve it, and like you can't do anything because they've got plot armor.
Yeah. Yes. Scar's brother, very smart, and he essentially figured out he's undoing the nationwide transmutation circle, and also finally allowing alchemy to be used the way that it's supposed to, instead of like running through just the guy. Yeah. Finally actually using the Earth's energy.
I do wonder like if they went to other places, like would people not notice that like their alchemy is like working differently?
It seems like they didn't quite, at least at no point in this show does anyone figure it out, but also no one's really using alchemy outside of Amestris.
That's true. I'm thinking like obviously like if you were raised in Amestris, you would be used to that.
Yeah.
I still don't know how he did that. How Father did that though. That's interesting.
And but that's how he's able to turn off alchemy.
Yeah.
When he needs to, which is bad and scary.
It is. We're not gonna get answered like how he did it because like there's like the tunnel thing, and I guess like at points when you were like making the circle things, you could like do something, but that feels, I don't like.
It's Scar.
I don't desperately need that answer, but I'm curious.
Scar draws it out, and he's kind of like describing how like the layer works. Like it's like a layer system of like where the power is coming from, and it's basically just I think like
the existence of the nationwide transmutation circle. Using that as a base, he applied his knowledge of alchemy and developed what is known as a reverse transmutation circle.
So it's a two-part.
Would render the Philosopher's Stone of Amestris ineffective, thus enabling the alchemist here to once again harness tectonic energy to its fullest extent.
Okay. So does that mean...
inserting a layer of disruption between where the energy is coming from and the people that it's getting to.
Okay.
So it's just running interference, really. So that's a lot.
But we did it.
Anyway,
this episode's going.
This episode, oh my god, this is what, like an hour and a half already? But there's so much. There's a lot,
I know.
We're going to be here until tomorrow. I know I need to get back because I need to feed cats that aren't even mine. So... I know we briefly see some of the other folks who are in this area. We see the Armstrong siblings.
Oh, it's like reuniting.
Oh, yeah!
Because there was a part where, I forget this point when Father like went off like one of those fairy dolls.
Yeah. He defeated the dip.
Hold it! Don't move! We've got you!
Guys! Time and place. Oh, okay, good.
Lieutenant Hawkeye?
Major Armstrong.
That's not what it looks like. Wait! Why did he look like one of those toys? You're like a fairy toy. So
did you see that video of like the girl like doing the fairy toy and then it went to the fireplace? I look at the bastard.
Oh, I want to edit that actually.
Like a lot. I forget if that happened, but there was like a thing of just like I guess like Azumi and like Mustang and like a few other people were like, we're gonna go up and like deal with that stuff.
Yeah.
You hang down here.
Mm-hmm. I love you, Azumi.
Darling! Yay!
This is no
they
time
love
for
each
happy
other.
reunions.
True, but also yay!
Colonel!
Oh no!
The best couple in the show.
That's yes, but not the one that makes you go feral. And so they go up and then they see everybody. Because at some point, like, they all found each other. So, like, everybody's, like, together now.
Yeah.
And then it's just, like... And then it's just, like, sick!
We're united and it feels so good. I love them.
And then Husband's like, this is not the time for, like, happy stuff. And then you go a little bit feral.
Are you injured? What's wrong?
I can't see shit.
Sight is gone.
Aww.
Lieutenant, how are your injuries?
Don't think about me. Just worry about yourself for once. Your eyes.
Lieutenant, can you still fight?
Okay, I'm good.
Yes, sir.
Can she? I don't know if she should be fighting.
She will.
I know that. That's all the... Because of Mustang and Hawkeye reunite.
Mustang and Hawkeye reunite and like... I love them. They love each other.
You didn't go super crazy like last time, but it was still... I'm like looking and I'm like...
They love each other. Okay, I'm done. I'm good.
But it's the thing of like Mustang also has Hawkeye, like, can you fight? I'm like, I don't know if she should.
Yeah, we see like people start to I think that happens because there's still fighting going on. Right, because Father goes it just kind of fucks off somewhere, and Pride is left behind to try to take care of things, and he ends up kind of getting into a scuffle with Ed, and that's when
I forgot
they're trying to get away, and they're like, Izumi gets everyone else away, and is like, Ed can handle himself. He's like, don't lose. All right, see you guys later. But
I don't remember where Hohenheim and Al went, because I think those thing of like they were going to go somewhere, like all three of them were going to go somewhere, but then Pride really wanted to like just fight Ed because of reasons. So
Al is with Izumi.
Oh, was she? So they all went up except for Ed.
Yeah.
And it's a cool name.
And then I think Hohenheim's doing his Hohenheim thing.
Okay.
So just doing whatever.
Anyway, so another fight scene.
Damn you, Greed. Have you forgotten that you're one of the homunculi? Where's your honor?
So he should just be a good boy like you.
He shouldn't have to agree with your family just because, okay? You're very toxic.
It's only natural we should want to obey our father, no matter the order.
You're the one who's
Have you met me?
Only natural.
Look at that muscle, like, dang, Ed.
Brainwashed punk who doesn't even try to think for himself.
Yeah, you fuck.
Learn to reject your father.
Explain it to me. Why are you so eager to be his willing lapdog?
Yeah. So let's get to after I go feral, let's just finish off with
a child.
With the fight. Let's fight a child. We get a fight scene between Ed and Pride, which is very satisfying in its own right, because Pride is slowly fading away, and he's getting progressively more desperate because Pride is dying.
Yeah.
And Pride needs to figure out what he is going to do about that. So he is able to fight.
Why should I care if Father doesn't? I am not a puny weakling like you are. I am one of the homunculi!
Whoa!
What do you know, human?
Oh, that's fun.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Oh no!
That's not cool.
This container won't last.
He got Ron back.
But still, like my father is, you are of Hohenheim's bloodline. So we're virtually brothers.
Well, you're cousins.
Edward Elric.
But slowly, we can see like half his face is caved in.
Like his eye comes out, and then he has to use like a stone thing to.
So
or like he's like one of those like eye.
He uses like his shadow. Like his shadow power kind of comes up to do that. But before that, there's like a hole in him, and you can almost see through to the souls of his stone.
Yeah,
which is horrifying. So that is kind of where we're going, and so they're kind of going back and forth.
But he thinks he needs another vessel.
So Pride realizes he's dying, and he's getting desperate, which is uncharacteristic for a being that's supposed to be Pride. And
he's like probably as old as maybe like a couple years younger than Hohenheim.
Yeah. Pride is the first homunculus, and because he is the embodiment of Father's pride, and pride was his most kind of prominent trait. But Pride, we kind of see that Pride is kind of giving way to a fear of death, which is in itself is very human. And he realizes, he's like, okay, I need to get over this. I need to figure out how to not die. And so he looks at Ed and he's like, hey, you are a child of Hohenheim. I am a child of Father. They're like twinsies, so we are like brothers.
Well, you're cousins.
Yeah, they're cousins. Well, if they're identical twins, then I think their kids can be considered half-siblings. Genetically.
That's weird.
Yes.
I feel like you should say they're cousins.
Yeah. So he's like, but basically Pride is like, oh, brother of mine, let's go. Let's do this. You're going to be my new vessel now, because the idea is that because they are linked in a way that makes them like technically family, then less likelihood of rejection of the Philosopher's Stone. So he's like, let's go. But before that can happen,
I won't let you take
this fucking guy.
Not a good fit for a homunculus.
Kimberly, there's no way.
When did Kimberly
How will you maintain your individuality among this tempest of souls? It's just not possible.
You call
They're
this
gluttony
a
and a
quest? Oh, stop. You're going to make me laugh. The bitterness that all
Remember
of these
Kimberly?
places contain soothes me.
The guy killed. What?
Why are you interfering? Kimberly, why?
Not by choice. I was perfectly content, but when you decided to throw away your honor as a homunculus...
Pride is stopped by one of the souls inside of him.
Gluttony?
No.
That would have been nice.
No, but it is someone that he did end up eating.
Yes.
Solf J. Kimberly comes back, believe it or not. Can you believe it, Dara?
No, actually, this is weird.
It was weird because Kimberly comes back and he's like, hey. And Pride's like, bro, what the hell are you doing here?
Because he's upset.
You're dead.
Because he's upset that, like, he's gonna, like, basically taint his soul by putting him into a human.
Yeah, so Kimberly comes out to be the one calling Pride out for abandoning the essence of Pride, essentially. Because what Pride is doing is stooping so low as to become one with a human, even though Pride's whole thing is that he is better than everyone, and he doesn't stoop low to anything. When we seen it before, like, when Pride has the upper hand, he doesn't give a shit about anything. He's just like, whatever, I don't care. But noticeably, Kimberly, the souls in a Philosopher's Stone, again, the idea is that they're not supposed to retain a sense of personhood. We know that they do. But Kimberly is so, like, at peace with the constant pain and suffering that he's able to more strongly retain that personhood and then be the one to call Pride out. And he's like, yeah, you're a little bitch. Is essentially what he says.
So that kind of stops him.
Yes.
For Ed to get the upper hand.
Pathetic. You're a disgrace.
Technically.
think that, then you still don't understand Edward Elric.
That's true. He doesn't
help.
Oh.
Impossible. He's turned himself into a philosopher's stone and now he's forcing his way
How the hell did he do that?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Ed, this gets weird.
It does get weird.
This gets weird. I'm gonna read. So shout out to the wiki writers because I'm gonna try to read this from the wiki. Ed takes hold of Pride's head. Kind of goes like this.
Like a Hadouken.
Yeah. Gets Hadouken. Gets ready to slurp. Essentially. Speaking of homunculi and immortality, gets ready to slurp, and he kind of transmutes himself into a philosopher's stone, essentially, but not human transmutation. It's weird. He essentially.
But did he use it before to like heal himself, kind of?
That's true. He doesn't use his life force. But he's able to kind of turn himself into a philosopher's stone to kind of force himself through and basically meet Pride where he is. Don't worry about it.
Point is.
Don't worry about it. So basically he is able to get in and he's like, whoop. And then Pride, like,
bye, Ghibli. I'll miss you.
I thought you were gone forever, but now you are.
Oh look,
really
he killed somebody.
Nice. Well.
Oh, look at your baby.
He's just a little baby.
Once this is all over, I'm gonna have to apologize to Mrs. Bradley.
Again, his pride is being stripped away, and he becomes like solely more pathetic of a person. This is in the way that Envy almost did, because now Pride is starting to be like has this sense of fear, and he thinks about his parents, and which is really interesting. His parents, and he gets really afraid to die, and he's worried that Ed is going to murder him. Kimberly is like, that's not how Ed works,
right?
But basically Ed is able to destroy Pride's physical form.
It's kind of like making like what happened to Envy, basically.
Yeah, it's basically stripping away everything except the most basic, primal, smallest form of who Pride is.
That's upsetting.
Yeah, and so Envy.
It's not like Envy, where it was just like an adorable little slug.
The green monster like slug ugly form, but Pride is the least prideful being you can have, which is the freshest, smallest little baby.
It's not even like a newborn. It's like
a fetus, almost like kind of like what the old kind of like. Reminds me of the old school interpretations of what a homunculus was.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
I was thinking of like little babies that you put into king cakes for Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
I remember when I got that one year.
Oh, no.
Nothing happened because it was just a French class, but still.
Yeah. So it's literally basically almost refers to here as like an embryonic form of Pride. So basically Pride become baby. Make of that what you will. But it's also fitting because it's literally Pride with the pride stripped away. Is just a small, helpless, tiny being. And Ed does not kill this being, does not destroy this being, takes the little baby, kind of wraps it in his cloak, and just kind of leaves it there and is like, this is going to be real weird to tell your mom.
Well, it's her husband's day. We should probably tell her about that.
Oh, Mrs. Bradley is having a day. Let me tell you. Poor Mrs. Bradley.
She's having no, this is all one day, isn't it? Damn.
Yeah, she's having like the worst day of her life. Many people are today. So that's this episode. Dara, what do you think? What do we think about the end of Pride? What do we think about all this? There's so much here.
I don't know. I'm so what are we gonna do with Pride? Because like I don't know if we can let him like implant him into a human and then have him like be born again and grow up. Like I don't know if that's gonna work out.
Yeah.
I feel like you kind of need to just like.
Abort the baby.
I wasn't gonna say. I was having that thought that it looked like whenever you go to like those like what are they called? Those like the family.
Oh, the crisis.
Yeah,
crisis pregnancy
It was like
centers.
those babies that they try to like scare women with, saying like, "Oh, your baby's like that big."
This is what your baby looks like, even though that's not what your baby looks like at all.
I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to get controversial.
Oh no, we're here. We might as well. We might as well. We question the existence of God in this episode, so like might as well just talk about abortion
the other
too.
thing that I was gonna say that might be controversial at the beginning of this episode, where it was like the silence thing, and I'm like, oh, it's like when the helicopters are going over Jonestown.
Oh my god.
Because I would hear news stories about that, and like they would just talk about the silence.
Yeah. Oh.
And I've seen footage of that. That's fucked. I've heard the tapes. Some of the tapes.
Yeah, that's bold. I will not do that. I've heard it's insanely fucked up.
I've not gone out of my way to listen to the tapes. I've listened to podcasts about Jonestown, and they will play the tapes. And
that's crazy that they played the tapes.
They play some of the tapes, and I've heard it on like I heard it on like a really dumb like reenactment show, and that traumatized me because of like the background noise. Mm-hmm. But like that's like something I don't watch I don't listen to or watch at night.
Yeah, I'm not sure I could do. Actually, I probably could. There's something wrong with me, but like I don't want to, nor do I desire to, or am I going on my way to?
Do you want me to send it to you?
Oh, don't.
I don't have them. I swear.
Please don't.
Anyway, I don't know what they're gonna do with like a little like fetus pride.
Yeah,
but like
we'll find out.
Okay, but like you have to do something with it because like there is the fear of like kind of like what happened to Envy of just like he gets more souls back.
Yeah.
Can they like take the stone out, or is that like?
We're going to see what happens, and I think we'll talk about it then. Because I don't know how to breach the rest of this conversation without either giving something away. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll wait till we get
there. I do kind of like that, like... I'm good with words.
Yes.
I'm enjoying the fact that, like, we're kind of, like, going on the up and up, and, like, we did see, like, the worst thing that can happen, and it kind of seems like... I think the thing... I guess, like... What we're seeing now in this, and I could be wrong because I've been wrong sometimes in life. That's okay. Only a few times.
I still love you.
Because now it seems like Father's plan as like he can't because like we did the reverse thing, so it seems like he can't do this again. Unless like for at least like another like 400 years.
Yeah.
Because it took a long time to get set up, and I felt like if they didn't do the reverse thing, then he could have just like done it again real quick. But since like that's destroyed, it kind of feels like he's kind of on a like a I've been destroyed thing. I'm just gonna kill everybody. So I'm like, fuck it. I feel like that's the path that we're going on now.
Okay. So. Just like the nuclear option.
Yeah, because at this point it's like I can't do like I mean I could do this again, but I feel like he also does he still have like some of now he's back to being equal to Hohenheim, or does he have more power than Hohenheim?
For all intents and purposes, let's say equal. I may be proven wrong next episode, but
okay.
For all intents and purposes, let's just say taken back to.
I do feel like the next
maybe a little less than. What
I'm gonna say at least the next like 2.5 episodes kind of feel like we're gonna have like a giant. This is gonna be a lot of fighting.
Yeah.
Some death.
Maybe.
But it feels. I guess yeah. Like I'm not sure where we're going. It's like. I'm not like worried about it because it kind of feels like we have all the answers to everything basically at this point. Yeah.
Just about all our major questions have been answered.
Yeah, it's kind of like where we're gonna end, and I kind of like. I guess really all we need to do now, besides defeating Father, is specifically getting Al's body back.
Yes,
that's the big thing. Ed, you can live with your arm and leg if need be. If we're being honest here. Azumi's fine.
Yeah. She's as good as she's gonna get, I think, at this point.
Maybe get Mustang's sight back.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he can't fight while being blind, but as of now, like just like being newly blind.
Yeah.
When he'd been able to see your entire life, like that's a lot. So maybe if he's just like if they decide to keep him blind, like he just like learns how to deal with that, that's fine. But I don't know. But I think that's like the goal now. Like let's get at least Al's body back and then bring him to the hospital immediately.
Yeah.
Maybe go to the hospital, get all the doctor stuff and like the medical stuff set up, and then bring his body back.
Just immediately stab him with the IV. It's like, hey guys, ow! I feel pain now. Oh boy. All right.
Let's do the comic corner. We're almost at 2 hours.
Yeah, okay, well let's do trivia, and then we'll go to a comic corner. This episode is adapted from content in chapters 104, 105, and 106 of the manga. The transmutation array, which appears on the background of this episode's title card, is the alchestric portion of the reverse nationwide transmutation circle. This episode does not air with the normal opening sequence for the season, because there's no opening to the episode, but the theme is played over the episode itself. I think when people are being returned to their bodies. Yeah. Several battle scenes of the newly powered father present in the manga are omitted from the beginning of this episode, skipping almost immediately to Hohenheim's countermeasure. So they are, and I think this is a theme with the next couple of episodes. I think it is slightly condensed from the manga because they're just trying to fit a lot into a little bit of time. So some of the fight scenes are longer in the manga. Greed stays with the group during Father's attacks in the manga, but in the anime, he's implied to have hidden out of view for the perfect time to strike. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He does show up. Greed does show up at another point. He does try to get revenge on Father and tries to put the dip on him, but he doesn't. No. Sure. He's like, oh, how do you think this feels? So because Greed remembers. Greed seems to remember what happened to Greed 1. And oh yeah, because he has been slowly kind of getting those memories back. So he remembers being put in the dip in Greed 1.0 version, and so he does try to bring that back out to get rid of Father, but of course Father is still too powerful at the moment.
Right, and that's like kind of like what the fighting mainly is, that like they are trying to just like beat him down enough, like with the full, because he's got like a sort of like shield around him, so they're just like to beat it down enough so that they can actually go. Yeah. Let's see. In Ed's fight with Pride, the manga depicts both combatants taking greater advantage of the height-based blind spots to land blows and making more flowery martial arts-based movements. However, in this episode, the skirmish is depicted as being far more direct. In the corresponding manga chapter, when Ed breaks off a piece of Pride's face, the hole created is higher up, obliterating the homunculus's right eye. In this episode, the hole is kind of further down, destroying the right cheek, but leaving the eye intact, likely to make the scene seamless, disturbing to viewers, because this episode does involve... But his eye was gone, though. No, because remember, because
they had that. Yeah, I don't know shadow eyes. I don't know what you mean by this, Wiki Raiders. Wiki Raiders, explain. I guess I'll have to like compare the image between like the manga.
I'm editing this episode. You might have to send it to me.
Yeah. Let me. When you get to this point, can you just message me and I can send you?
Yeah, because at this point, because as long as we're done this, I'll be able to read the manga. I don't know if I'm going to, but like I could.
You could. I
know it was like 2003 that we still gotta watch, but
yeah. I mean, that's not gonna change anything. Well. We'll talk about it.
All right.
All right. So that is all we have for that. And now I think it's time for a comment corner.
Yeah. We're almost close to 2 hours.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me. There's a lot of thematic stuff that we needed to talk about. Anyway, I think what we are doing is when I say comment corner, I think it's just Zom time. Because Zom just like watched a bunch of episodes, left a bunch of comments. So I'm going to try to pick out a couple, probably between the next couple episodes, because I think that's really all we have. You guys are so... Zom, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, buddy. Oh my gosh, there's so many
Making sure we have that engagement.
Zom's such a real one. Oh my gosh, where do I... On episode 39, Zom says, how am I 3 months late to the reaction with the first comment? Don't remind me. Then episode 37, Zom says, Dara, the irony of Pride being the oldest homunculi, being a child, and Wrath, the youngest homunculus, being an old man, cannot be missed.
Yes.
It's true. It's very good.
Again, it does kind of remind me of like Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, on episode 40, which one is this?
That one's older.
Yeah, no, hold on. Is this the episode I'm thinking of?
That's the one where I think Hawkeye tells... Oh, that's the Xerxes.
The Xerxes one, yeah. I was going to say, because I appreciate, thank you, Zom, for pointing this out, because I appreciate this. It says, thank you for finally being someone that pointed out the detail about the first opening. Yeah, it's so important to the series. It's so important to like understand, like after we see Hohenheim's backstory, it's actually just the elongated version of the first opening. It's crazy detail. So thank you for doing that. Let me see if I can pick out one more. I'm just picking around. So thank you for all your comments. I'm probably not going to get to read all of them.
We'll have a live stream at the end of the series, so maybe we'll read some.
Oh, I like this one. I'm gonna read the comments from episode 42. It says, "Gotta love how Ed's dad declares war while at a random town, then just leaves before finding out that if that'll have any negative consequences." It's so true. Poor Radio Man. Yeah, poor Radio Man indeed. But yeah, very good. Thank you for the comments on. We'll probably read some more in the next episode too. But like, we gotta finish this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, we do read comments on the show, and we just like your subscriptions because we think they are neat. So keep on coming back. If you want to listen, we have audio only versions on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, anywhere you get your audio only podcast, probably, maybe. And we are available on a variety of social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at Witty Clothes. Follow us on there.
Back in my day, it was called Twitter and not X.
We will never call it X, except to make fun of it. Anyway, so follow us on there. We do appreciate it. And we also have Patreon where you can give us money. We have cool special perks there. What do we have?
We have our monthly live streams. July is actually public, but we do have like exclusive monthly live stream for just Patreon people.
Yes.
Where we watch a movie or we chat. Something like that. We have first section or fan reaction. We're a little bit like behind on that, but the last couple months have been a bit crazy for both of us, so we haven't been able to record that. But we're watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. The point of that show is that we watch a show that we have both seen or neither of us have seen.
Yeah.
We have an idea for the $10 level with reaction stuff, but we're just kind of trying to get that together, and it's probably not going to happen until we're done at least Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yes.
So like once I'd say probably after the live stream because that's like usually that's like when we're done.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep. Keep an eye out because that's going to be coming up whenever it comes out. We'll discuss dates between them, but we'll give you plenty of notice because we will have an end of series live stream for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood available for
which the date will probably be on the last episode of this because usually we don't have to go into like the scheduling for that once we end the show, but like
that's an us discussion. We'll just let you know when it is.
Yes, and yeah.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Join us next time as we will continue to talk for a very long time about the final episodes of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood with episode 62, A Fierce Counterattack, and episode 63, The Other Side of the Gateway. Until next time, I'm Kim Clear.
We gotta end this episode. I'm Dara Whitman.
Peace.
What is the purpose of making everybody a Philosopher's Stone? Because like, you can collect them?
It's more like it's the power
of having all those stones. Oh, this... It's like the Scooby-Doo movie.
Oh my god. You're right. I hate how you're right.